Hello everyone, my name is Kristina and today we are going to work through the warrior poses. So warrior 1, warrior 2, and warrior 3. Not necessarily in that order, but that's going to be our focus today. Feel free to grab a block. We're going to start off in supported bridge or waterfall. So if you'd like to use a block for that, you can grab a block or a pillow or a blanket, or if you prefer to do it without a block, do that as well. So we're going to start on our backs today. I'm going to use a block just coming down onto the back. And then if you'd like to use the block for supported bridge, you can bring the heels up towards the hips and then lift the hips up, sliding that block underneath the low back tailbone area so it feels comfortable to you. And then staying either right here or extending the feet up towards the ceiling for a waterfall. So as you start your practice today, I'd invite you to close your eyes and just find yourself settling into the pose. Palms can be facing the mat or facing the ceiling. And then just taking some time here to settle into the breath and the body. Doing a little scan, starting at our toes today. Just noticing how the toes and the feet are feeling, and the ankles. Then moving to the knees and the hips. Just taking some pauses here to notice how the body's feeling today. And then focusing on your core and the heart, the lungs, all the way to the shoulders, and extending out along the arms, into the hands and the fingertips. And then coming back from the fingertips along the arms to the neck and the head, the face, the jawline. Maybe you open and close the mouth a couple of times here. Focus on the forehead, releasing any tension there. And then starting to deepen the breath on the inhales and matching that on the exhales. You can close the lips if that feels comfortable to you. Sending the breath in and out of the nose. Feeling the breath on the back of the throat. On the inhales, noticing the space it's creating and reaching in the body. And then noticing how all that hugs back in on the exhales. Inhaling with the oxygen, filling up with that life of air, and exhaling, giving your heart and your core a little bit of a hug with the body. Staying here for 2 more breaths. And on your next exhale, gently bringing one foot down and then the other. If you use any kind of prop, lifting the hips up, setting that block to the side, and then hugging those knees in, just gently rocking from side to side. Maybe it would feel good to do some hip circles here, making sure if we do that in one direction to counter and cut back the other way. And then when you're ready, giving yourself one more big hug here. And then either rock and roll or gently come up to a seated position, one leg in front of the other. After you've settled in here, bringing that opposite leg in front. So just feeling the difference here in the leg that you just naturally chose to something maybe that doesn't feel quite as comfortable or maybe as natural, not that it's uncomfortable. So taking a moment here to lengthen up through the spine and the crown of the head, reaching the crown of the head towards the ceiling, bringing the shoulders down the back. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead and exhale for a gentle twist, bringing our left hand down to our right knee. Right fingertips can come behind you. If you have the block nearby and you need a little bit of a lift here, you can always bring that block behind you and use that to put the fingertips on if that feels more comfortable to the back. Taking a couple of breaths here. Maybe lengthening up on your inhales and twisting a little deeper on the exhales. And one more breath. On your next inhale, coming back up through center. Exhale, right hand to left knee. Fingertips can come to that block behind you or the mat, so whatever feels better here. Inhaling, lifting through the crown. Exhaling, twisting a little deeper. Finding the depth of your twist here. One more breath here. On your inhale, coming back to center. And then doing that one more on each side. So exhale, twisting towards your right side. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, twisting over to the left. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, bring the hands down to your heart space. Closing the eyes if that feels comfortable to you. And then finding an intention you'd like to set for practice or a mantra. An intention I would offer for you today is to be accepting and asking for help when needed. So many times people offer to help us or ask us what we need. And we may respond with, oh, nothing, we're good, we don't need any help. Knowing that it is okay to ask for help and it is okay to accept help. Although it may not be easy to ask or accept it, just to know help is there when you need it. You just have to be open. So using that intention to carry with you through practice or whatever intention or mantra you set for yourself, taking one more big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Blink the eyes open and then come around to a tabletop. Taking your time to get there. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. And finding our way through some cat-cow. So inhaling and dropping the belly, rolling the shoulders back, bringing the gaze up to wherever is comfortable here. You can always do this with eyes closed or open. Exhale to cat pose, rounding the spine, bringing the chin towards the chest, a slight tuck in the tailbone. Maybe you can peek down and see your toes. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Moving through 2 more rounds. Taking any other movements here that feel good to you. Maybe that is a child's pose. Or to make some C shapes with the spine. And then finding yourself back in that tabletop neutral spine. Untuck the toes. Bring the hands one hand forward. And then exhale, finding your first downward dog. Taking any movement here that feels good. Can pedal out the feet.
Maybe come forward to plank and then back to your downward dog, finding that space that feels comfortable for you. And then when you're ready, settling into your downward dog, finding some stillness, taking a nice big inhale to fill up, and an exhale. Inhale, fill up. On your exhale, you're going to walk the hands back towards those feet for your forward fold. So going as slowly or quickly as you would like to. Feet can be hip distance apart, or you can bring them just slightly further apart for the first forward fold of the practice. Letting the crown of the head come down towards the mat here, and then hands can stay on the mat. You can reach for opposite elbow. You can maybe give yourself a little hug by wrapping the hands around the calves. So taking a placement with hands that feels comfortable for you and your legs, your lower back. Breathing into the pose. Taking a little extra time here in our first forward fold. And then wherever you've placed the hands, letting them come back down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to rest on the shins or the thighs. Reaching the crown of the head to the wall in front of you. Pulling that belly button up towards the spine. Engaging the whole core. Exhale, fold. And then inhaling, gently rolling up, pushing down through the feet. Engaging the legs and the core. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Finding your strong mountain pose. Hands can stay up here. You can bring them down by the sides. I'd invite you to close your eyes here in your mountain pose. Feeling the feet connecting with the mat, the floor below you. Engaging the legs, maybe lifting the kneecaps. Engaging the core, the arms, extending those fingers out from the body. One more big inhale here, and an exhale. Inhaling the arms up if they're down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. We're going to walk back up towards the top of the mat with our hands coming to a plank. Knees can be up or down here. We're going to inhale, hinging forward. Exhale, lower the knees. And then the hips and the chest coming all the way down onto the mat here. Inhaling to your baby cobra. So hands can rest on the mat, pulling back towards the heels. Hands can hover, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Pushing the tops of the feet into the mat. Engaging the knees. They may be lifted up the mat here. Using the whole core, the lower back to keep you lifted. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. So you can have your knees about hip distance apart, or if you'd like to bring them towards the sides of the mat, feel free to do so. And then settle into that child's pose. We have not been here yet. Taking 2 breaths. And then inhale your way back up to that tabletop. Bring your handprints, one handprint forward. Untuck those toes. Exhale, downward dog. Taking in a little micro movements here that feel good. Any adjustments to find the depth of your downward dog. Inhale, filling up. Exhale, forward fold. This time bringing the feet up to the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to that mountain again, pushing down through the feet. Reaching up, this time little back bend. Exhale,
cactus the arms. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold.
Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Step back to plank. Inhale, hinging forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. Knees, hips, chest. Inhale, baby cobra or high cobra. So tune in here, do what feels good to the body. Stay connected with the breath. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, downward dog. Taking 2 breaths here. We're going to inhale that right leg high. Exhale, pull it through. Bring that left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. So our left toes are pointing to about 11 o'clock on a clock. And then bringing a nice bend into that right knee. Hips are parallel with that front wall. Just finding the depth of your pose here. Hands can stay on the hips or at heart center if you're sensitive in the shoulder area, or you can have hands reaching up towards the ceiling, bringing those shoulders down along the back. Taking a nice big inhale, straightening the leg. Exhale, back down to warrior one. Inhale that leg straight. Exhale, warrior one. One more time. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, warrior one. Bringing the hands to heart center. Our right foot's going to get really nice and strong, connected with the mat. We're going to be coming into warrior three. So getting connected with our right foot. And we're going to inhale, coming forward into our warrior three. Left foot is flexed. So if I'm in my warrior three here, my left toes are going to point down to the mat. Having a flat foot, pressing towards the back wall. You can have a little micro bend in the right knee. And then hands can stay at heart center. Bring those hands back for airplane arms. Or you can reach those fingertips out towards the front wall in front of you. So finding an arm placement that feels comfortable to you. And if you fall back out of the pose, you just can come back in. So taking one more breath here. And then inhale, forward fold. So bring that left foot to meet the right. Exhale it down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale in, fold. Inhale to mountain. Exhale, little back bend, cactus the arms. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Step back to downward dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale that left leg high. Exhale, pull it through. Bringing that right heel down this time. Right toes pointing to 1 o'clock. Finding our warrior one here. So again, hips are parallel with that wall in front of us. Finding a nice bend in that left knee. The knees coming and pointing to the same wall in front as those left toes. And then we're going to inhale that left leg straight. Exhale, find the depth of your pose here. Remembering hands can be wherever are comfortable for you here. Inhale that leg straight. Exhale, warrior one. And one more time. Inhale that leg straight. Exhale, warrior one. Staying here, bringing those hands to heart center, knowing we're going to come into that warrior three pose. So getting nice and grounded in that left foot. Connecting it with the mat. Feeling nice and strong here. And when you're ready, inhaling forward to that warrior three. Again, right toes are going to point down towards the floor. That right heel's pushing like it's going to step on that back wall. Maybe bringing that right hip towards the floor a little bit if it's crept up towards the ceiling. And then again, arms can be airplane arms. You can reach those hands out in front of you, hands at heart center. And even if you're right here with your warrior three, you are still doing the pose. Foot could be here. So we're not focusing as much on how high we're getting that leg up, but just focusing more on the balance here on the left foot, the left leg, that left ankle. One more inhale here. On your exhale, bring that right foot to meet the left and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant those hands, step back to downward dog. We're going to add on here that warrior two pose. Taking 2 breaths here. Inhale that right leg high. Exhale, bring it through. Left heel comes down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, settle into that pose. One big inhale, fill up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Left foot steps back for warrior two. Inhaling the arms up. So this time left foot is pointing to that left wall. Right toes are pointing to the wall in front of you. And then settling in here, peeking down at that big toe on the right foot. Seeing if you can see that. Looking back at that left foot. Making sure it's parallel with the back of your mat. And then bringing that gaze out over those right fingertips. And then we're going to do that same thing here that we did with warrior one. So we're going to inhale that right leg straight. Exhale, settle into the pose. Inhale that leg straight. Exhale, settle in. One more inhale, straighten. Exhale. And then stay. On our next inhale, we're going to reverse warrior. So high-fiving the back wall. Left hand can come to that left leg or the back behind you. One more inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, turn those left toes in. Step back to downward dog. Taking 2 breaths here. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. One more inhale. And an exhale. Inhale that left leg high. Exhale, pull it through. Inhale, warrior one. Right heel comes to the mat. Right toes point to 1 on the clock. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, warrior three. One inhale here. Exhale, bring that right foot to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Step that right foot back for warrior two. Right foot's going to be parallel with the back of the mat. Left toes pointing to that wall in front of us. Finding your pose here. Peeking back at that right hand. Gazing out over those left fingertips. And then we're going to inhale and straighten. Exhale. Settle in. Peek down at that big left toe. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, settle in. One more inhale. And an exhale. On your next inhale, reverse warrior. High five that back wall with the left hand. Gaze can come out and up towards that left hand, or it can come back down towards that right foot. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, hands to the mat. Turn those right toes forward. Step back to downward dog. Taking 2 breaths here in your downward dog. Moving through all of that one more time. Inhale that right leg high. Exhale, pull it through. Warrior one, left heel comes down.
Exhale, settle in. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Oops, sorry, left foot steps back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Inhale, warrior two. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Left foot steps back. Inhale, the arms up. Warrior two. Exhale and stay. Inhale, lift that right leg up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. On your next inhale, reverse warrior. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, turn those toes forward. Step back to downward dog. One big inhale here. And an exhale. One more just like that. Inhale that left leg high. Exhale, pull it through. Right heel comes down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, warrior three. On your next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step that right foot back. Inhale, warrior two. Right foot's parallel with the back of the mat. Inhale that left leg straight. Exhale down. Inhale it up. Exhale down. Inhale it up. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, turn all 10 toes forward. Step back to downward dog. Taking 2 breaths here. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. One more inhale. Exhale, bring the knees down to the mat. Let the hips come back towards the heels, big toes touch, finding your child's pose. Coming back to the breath here. Just staying here for 2 or 3 more breaths. And then when you're ready, coming up to a seated position, walking those hips back slightly, bringing those legs out in front of you, coming to staff pose. So inhale, the arms up. Exhale, folding forward, reaching for the calves or the ankles or the toes, whatever feels good here. Reaching that heart towards the front wall. So thinking about bringing that heart forward. And then folding over. Just so you can feel that stretch along the back of the legs. If coming towards the toes is too much for you, you can always have those hands by the calves here. So taking your time to tune into the body and do what really feels best for you today. On your next inhale, walk those hands back up, extending through the crown. Inhale, the arms back up. Exhale, this time leading forward with the heart, stopping about halfway. Inhale, fill up. Exhale and fold.
find the depth of your pose here. Staying here for just 2 breaths this time. And then inhaling, walking the hands back up. And then coming around onto your back. If you have a block that you used earlier for practice or any kind of prop, make sure you have that somewhere close by. We're going to use that here. So coming down to the back, reaching for that block. We're going to bring those heels up towards the hips. Inhale the hips up. We're going to come back into that waterfall pose or supported bridge that we started with at the beginning of practice. So we've moved our body. Now we're helping move some of those fluids again. Coming back down the legs. If you tried supported bridge at the beginning of practice and now want to do waterfall, or if you did waterfall and now want to do supported bridge, feel free to do so. Again, tune again to what feels good here, to your body. Staying here for about 3 more breaths. On your next exhale, bringing one foot down and then the other. Lifting the hips up, setting that block to the side. Hugging those knees in, gently rocking from side to side. And then coming into a reclined pigeon here. So we're going to bring our right ankle on top of the left knee. Interlace those fingers behind the left knee. Keeping both feet flexed. Maybe your right elbow is helping open up that right leg and hip. Feel free to close your eyes here. And then using the breath again, just tune into the body. One more big inhale here, filling up. Open mouth, exhale. Let that left foot come to the mat and the right foot comes down. This time left ankle on top of right knee. Interlacing those fingers behind the right knee. Flexing both feet to protect the knees. And again, maybe using that left elbow to open up that left leg. And if it feels safe, closing the eyes. Letting the breath help you get into the pose, help you stay in the pose. 3 more breaths here. On your next exhale, let that right foot come down. And then hugging both knees in, rocking from side to side. Coming into a happy baby here. So you can reach behind the knees and pull those knees towards your armpits, or you can reach for the big toes with your peace fingers, or you can reach for the outsides of the feet, pulling again those knees towards the sides of your mat. Trying to focus on keeping those shoulder blades and that tailbone down on the mat. So if you feel them curling up towards each other,
Maybe you reach for the back of the knees instead. One more inhale here. On your exhale, hug everything in. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, forehead to knees. And then inhale everything out, extending the feet long, finding your Shavasana here, letting the legs be heavy on the mat, taking any props or anything else you might need to feel comfortable in your Shavasana, letting the body rest heavily on the mat or the floor below you, knowing that you are supported here. You have the help of your block or any props you used. Maybe it's your mat that assisted you today. Coming back to that intention I spoke of earlier in practice, being open to receiving and asking for help. Knowing whether we asked for it or not, we all got help from our props in yoga today. Our mat or blanket or whatever you're using at home has been supporting you. If you used a block, pillow, bolster today, that was helping support you as well. Just acknowledging those little times when you are able to accept help. And then just settling in, fully relaxing onto your mat. Knowing in a few moments I will bring you back out of your Shavasana. Starting to reconnect with the body here. Taking a nice big inhale, filling up. Open mouth, exhale. Bring some little movements back to the body, moving your hands and feet. Maybe moving the head, letting it come from side to side. And when you're ready, hugging the knees into the chest, rolling over onto your right side, coming to that embryo position, a chance of rebirth, a way to restart your day wherever you're at. Taking a moment here to send some gratitude to yourself in your embryo pose, knowing you have everything you need right here with you right now. And when you're ready, coming to a seated position, the front of your mat, gazing down at the mat or eyes closed. Hands can rest on the knees, palms up or palms down. Again, taking time to settle in here on your mat, reaching the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Roll those shoulders down the back. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring those thumbs to the third eye, that space on the forehead between the eyebrows. May you always have the knowledge to know that you are enough. Bringing the thumbs to the lips. May you only speak kindly of yourself. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Knowing you have all the love you need right inside. Namaste. Thank you so much for taking time for yourself today and joining me in your yoga practice. Have a great rest of your day.